20 years from now, you'd give anything to be this exact age, exactly this healthy, and back in this exact moment. Now, take a second to enjoy it now. I have said something similar, not in such a direct and, eloquent way in the past. This is quoted by Rich Webster. I'm going to read it one more time just so you can take it in. 20 years from now, you'd give anything to be this exact age, exactly this healthy, and back in this exact moment. Now, take a second to enjoy it now. Thank you, Rich Webster, for throwing this in our faces, because I think some of us might need it. I know I definitely did. I got all dressed up tonight thinking I'm going to go to this restaurant that I've discovered recently, and that I was hoping there was going to be this person, this guy there that kind of, had introduced himself to me the last time I was there. And I had these things in my mind of like, I wanted to go enjoy the music, and I wanted to feel good dressed up, and just like, it's been a sunny day all day and I haven't been out. So this is my outing, and I just wanted to feel good in my like lady in red outfit. And when I got there, first of all, the guy that I was telling you about, he was there and he saw me and he definitely acknowledged me and said hi, but nothing really came of it. And I don't know if I could say I was disappointed, but it just was like, oh, okay. I don't know. Anyway, nothing happened there. And then I just kind of started writing some things down on a pad of paper because I had some things on my mind, ideas for creativity and stuff like that. And nothing was coming out that sounded good. I ate a little bit, like I had a drink, and then I had tiramisu, which I was really excited about. And I think in just watching other people live their lives and be with other people, and I was there by myself, I started checking out. Like, I started checking out of the moment. I started thinking about the things that I want to do the rest of the weekend, or I don't even know really what I was doing. I just was not there. Like, it clearly was not there. And then I was looking on my phone, and although I don't want to be sitting on my phone all day or whatever, it's great that I oftentimes download or copy or, take note of some of these incredible quotes that I find. And this one happened to pop up on my phone. And I was like, oh, the irony. I am checked out of this moment. And that's why I'm looking at my phone. And my phone is telling me to check in exactly in this moment, in the now, and not take it for granted. So I was like, screw that guy that I thought that was gonna, maybe notice me and say something more, or try to make this go somewhere bigger, or I don't even know what to say about it. Probably the universe is helping me out, because who knows if he's with someone or what kind of guy he really is. And there are all these amazing people around me, and I started noticing people's tattoos. When the waitresses had a dragonfly tattoo on her calf, no, not calf, shin. And for those of you who have listened to me, dragonflies are my spirit animal, spirit team, spirit symbol telling me like I'm exactly in the right moment and I need to be here right now. And then I realized before I left, I was checking my mail as on my way out in the mailroom in my building, and the package that I wanted didn't arrive, but there was another package just sitting for someone else. And on the top right hand corner, it said dragonfly something on it. And I was like, yes, I must be going to the right place. But then I was like, there are all these signs that even though I completely missed my package and they called me and said that I wasn't home, so they can't deliver it because they can't get into my building, I was like, it doesn't matter because this person who wrote this quote is reminding me that I am somewhere right now that I can fully enjoy, because 20 years from now, I will be kicking myself. I mean, forget 20 years, even like, tomorrow I'll be thinking like, why did I just mess up this amazing? I'm in this beautiful restaurant with so many people. There's a birthday going on. Some girl is admiring my tiramisu, wondering what the heck I'm eating, because they do a whole display thing when they deliver it to you, and they actually like shred the dark chocolate on it in front of you. And I went up to the girl and I said, by the way, that was tiramisu that you saw me eating. She goes, she goes, I'm so sorry, I was staring, but I was like wondering what that was. And I said, it's so good, you should try it. Um, and then the girl that I complimented her on her dragonfly tattoo, I told her why it was significant to me. And she goes, oh my God, I love that. So you're definitely exactly where you're supposed to be. And the music was phenomenal. This vocalist, oh my God, she just had me up right away. And she even pointed at me and said, oh, we have a dance party up here. It's a one-person dance party, because I was the only one up and dancing. It's crazy. Like, I cannot do partner dance. I can't even walk a few steps. But if I'm in a spot on my own where I don't have to travel, I can move my hips a bit and I can move my shoulders, and it looks like I'm dancing to the point that people think that I can totally move. And when other people started coming onto the dance floor, there were some women that tried to drag me to dance with them, and they had no clue that like dragging me like that, I can't actually walk to where they want me to go. I just secretly hung on to them, and I don't know if they noticed, but I was like holding on to the table while I was going. I think they were drunk enough that they didn't really clue in, but I was like, I am going to make the most of this moment because I'm here. And 20 years from now, I am going to be thinking like, I wanted to make that moment count. And it's not here anymore because I will be 20 years older at that time, and I will still have my moments then, but we keep doing this. I mean, I don't mean to include you in this, but I think it's a very common phenomenon that I can't be the only one that does this, that like we don't make the most of our lives in this moment, and then we're kicking ourselves years later thinking about where the time has gone and why did we not, like, now I want to be that age, or now I want to be in that moment, or wear those clothes, or you know be able to experience that music and that crowd. And the thing I realized is that even though I've been to this restaurant before, it will never be exactly the same as it was tonight. There won't be the same people. Even if some people are regulars, we are configured in a different space. I am sitting in a different part of the bar today. I, where I went to the dance floor, it was a different side of that room. The regulars are going to be there with new people, and the music, even the music itself, even if these people playing the music and singing were singing exactly the same songs. This time compared to the last time, it's always going to be different. And dance taught me that. Like, every moment is going to be different. Even if you're dancing the same dance and it's the same choreography and you're dancing with the same person, it can never be completely replicated, because the moments, the air, the breaths, the pauses, the pushing off the floor, the type of floor, everything is going to be different. And I don't want to waste one more day or one more moment not being in the moment. And I just wanted to share this with you guys, because in me learning about it and being reminded by this quote, I wanted to remind you guys as well. Like, I would love to hear if you remember times where you were in the moment, because those moments like really hit us. They get ingrained in our psyche, in our nervous system, to love life, and to, even when they're not the feeling like the best of moments, we know that we're present and we feel alive because we are present. And so, yeah, up to the point where my taxi came to pick me up, like, he was kind of looking at me, because that half of the night, I make sure I made the most of every moment, to the point of like, I'm eating my tiramisu very mindfully, like taking note of the texture and the taste on my tongue, and the different, the biscuit on the bottom compared to the more creamy part, compared to the chocolatey thing on top. And yeah, even the way that my body was moving or felt a bit stuck, like I was like, oh, but this, I can do this, or I can move my shoulders. And I was very much in the now without thinking about it too much, but just feeling and using my senses. And yeah, I'd love for you to share with me, like, if you have experiences of not being in the moment, or if you've felt regret over, I wish that I had taken more moments to take in that time in my life. Like, and this is not, I'm not like saying we should regret things and sit in this sadness of like, oh, I wish I could have, or because the moments have gone, and it doesn't help to go back and like regret. That's not what I'm saying. But I think we can learn from when we recognize, oh yeah, I was in that moment and I didn't realize how meaningful it would be. And it's like the worst feeling when, in my situation, I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this. With my mom having passed away 10 years ago, I am always, always stuck with moments of like, oh, in that time when she sat me down to have tea, like, and she wanted me to stay longer, I wish I had stayed longer. Or in that moment where we were watching an Indian movie and I was like, not, not fully there, and I just didn't want to watch it, or I missed the moments of like sharing something with my mom. And I can't bring that back, but I can try to be very present now. And I'm hoping that I can also like have my mom there with me in these moments, because the last song that I heard, and the reason that the taxi driver couldn't find me right away, was because this singer sang Janet Jackson's song. The lyrics are, there are times when I look above and beyond. There are times when I feel your love around me. I forget the name of the song now. You guys can remind me if you know it, but it's like feeling that presence of the person that might not physically be here anymore. You feel them, like she says, like, I can see you in the stars, like I can feel you in the stars. And even that moment, even though it could take me to regret of what I didn't do with my mom when I was with her, in that moment, I was like, I feel you, Mom. Like that song was meant for us. The dragonfly was meant for us. And yeah, before I cry, I'm going to leave it at that. But yeah, maybe what I'll do is I'll read this one more time. I know I've read it at the beginning a couple of times, but I'm going to do it one more time just to let it stick in both of our minds. 20 years from now, you'd give anything to be this exact age, exactly this healthy, and back in this exact moment. Now, take a second to enjoy it now. By Rich Webster. Thanks, guys.